After living with a plate and 10 screws in my ankles for 11 years, I finally decided it was time to have everything removed. In this video, I'll cover what it will be like to have the hardware removed. Is the surgery painful? How long will recovery take? And most importantly, was it worth it? I'm taking you along for the entire process so you know exactly what to expect if you're considering having yours removed. My name is Irene and thank you for being here. My surgery is scheduled for the day after tomorrow and I'll be recording along the way to share what I experienced. I just had my blood work done today, so they're gonna do my labs, make sure everything's all good. But yeah, I decided to have this surgery done because, well, let's rewind a little bit. Okay, so this happened 11 years ago, and through the years, I have been experiencing discomfort, and it's not terrible, but it's still discomfort, and it's mostly on the lateral side where the plate is and the 8 screws. On the medial side, I've got 2 long screws going in. That side is tight, but it doesn't really bother me. It just feels kind of tight. It's the outside where the plate kind of comes at, it curves around my ankle bone like this, and it sticks out to where the metal, especially in the winter when I'm wearing boots, it'll scrape up against my shoes or boots, and it gets raw, and sometimes it bleeds, and I've had just scab over scab over scab from years after year after year. So that's been a problem, and I feel the cold when it's like really cold out in the winter. It hurts. I can like feel the cold in the metal. You know, there's not much fat there. I mean, there's nothing there really, just, you know, skin, a little bit of fat. But yeah, so it's just uncomfortable. But more recently, and I was like, I can live with it, no big deal. But more recently, I started getting a little nervous about it because I went on a hike, and the next day I noticed that around the plate there was bruising, and it hurt so bad. And I was like, what in the world is going on? This is just weird. It shouldn't be bruising. It just felt really uncomfortable. So I started to look online, and it just said, you know, just the little muscles that are kind of going over it, it may have caused bruising. I don't know. It's never happened to me before, but I just started thinking about getting older and how my skin's gonna continue to get thinner, and all those things, and that, you know, this could possibly be something that is gonna cause more problems the older I get. So I made an appointment with an orthopedic surgeon to see what he had to say about it, and he told me that because it has opened and sometimes bleeds, that he would highly recommend getting it removed because there is a chance that it could cause an infection in the metal. Now, that just freaked me out. I'm like, oh gosh, I would never want that to happen. That just sounds terrible. And yeah, so I was thinking just to get the plate and the screws removed on the lateral side. But he said, you know what, since we're going to be going in there, you should probably get everything taken out. You know, you don't know if you're going to have anything in the future that requires blah, 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 blah. Anyways, he said he's going to take it all out. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So surgery scheduled for the day after tomorrow. He said it's an outpatient surgery. It should only take 20 minutes if there's no complications. And that I should be in a boot for about a month. And that's not for bone purposes. It would be for the sutures, so I don't move my foot around and the sutures don't open. He said that the bone should be totally fine and that it'll just grow, you know, the holes will fill over time. So, but yeah, and that I should be back to my normal activities within a month. So we'll see how it goes, and I will keep you posted along the way. This is the first part of the video where I am still home with nothing going on here, no boot yet, but here is The ankle, there is the spot that bothers me the most. There you go, in case you were wondering. And then this is the inside where the other part is. You can see that little scar right there. Yeah, just wanted to share that with you, and I'll keep you posted. Thanks for being here, and wish me luck. Today's the day. I'm getting ready now to head over to Georgia Bone and Joint. They told me not to have anything after midnight yesterday, so this morning, whatever. No food or drink, and to wear something comfortable. So I am in my comfies and just getting ready to head over for my procedure. I like when they say procedure because it makes it seem less intimidating, but it's surgery. Anyway, super thirsty. Looking forward to having a drink later, but yeah, it's never fun when you wake up with turtle tongue and you can't like drink anything. So yeah. Anyway, getting ready now, and this should be behind me soon.
Honey. That's what that meant. I didn't know what that was.
No, he's get a little sedated. Oh, he's gonna get
Kissy, baby.
Love you.
Real kiss. I love you. Okay, everybody. She is out in this. How you feeling, baby? She looked really alert.
I'm tired, but I'm alert. They did what they called a twilight sedation. This is my hardware.
This is the stuff that came out. Can you believe it? Look at the size of this stuff. Crazy.
But they did what they called a twilight sedation, where I don't remember anything.
It's basically what they give you during a colonoscopy.
Or something like that. So yeah, I'm out. I've got my hardware and my foot is bandaged up. I'm gonna go out in a boot. I gotta keep it elevated.
And that's our new boot, new hardware.
Today is day 11 post-op, and I just got back from the orthopedic surgeon, and well, I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But first, let me talk about what happened the past 11 days. So, first of all, elevation and ice have been my besties. I got this, actually I've had this guy, and I first filled it up with ice, and after it melted, what I did is I just put it in my freezer on along one of the shelves, so it kind of just naturally, the water went from side to side and naturally made this little dip. So it's been real easy to just put over my ankle like this, or underneath it, depending on what I was feeling. So the first day with the nerve block, that was really, really weird. I couldn't feel anything from the knee down. They did a sciatic nerve block, and yeah, so I mean, zero, you can't move, you can't feel anything from the knee down. And it was just a really weird sensation not to be able to move my toes. I'm looking at them like, move, and they just wouldn't move. It was the next day that I started to feel them a little bit more and barely wiggle them. Once that nerve block went away, the pain set in, and I started on the pain meds. So here's a list of what they gave me. And he said, most importantly, make sure you take your aspirin, baby aspirin twice a day, because you don't want to have any blood clotting. So that stuck with me, and I've been very, very good about that. But yes, I did start with the oxycodone, and it definitely helped. But by day 4, I was so sick to my stomach. I was having cold sweats. I was throwing up, and I wasn't even taking it, like it said, you can take 1 to 2 every 4 to 6 hours, and I was taking 1 every 6 hours. So it's not like I was really taking, a lot, the most, but obviously my system can't handle it. So I had to get some electrolytes, and I had to get some Miralax to help my issues because it was, you know, four days of, yeah. So that definitely helped get things moving along in there, the stomach issues, the pains, and the cold sweats, and all that. Here's a little clip of day 4 that I was gonna try to record myself, but I was in so much pain, doubled over with cramps. So here's a little clip for you. Today is Monday, day 4 post-op, and I thought Friday was the worst day, but today has been the worst day so far. I'll explain more in detail. I just wanted to capture this moment of me being in pure hell. Fast forward, day 7, I decided I need to look and see what's going on under there. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna change the dressing. I have been showering with my, putting a bag around the bottom from my knee down, putting a big trash bag around my knee, I mean, not my leg, and tying it around my knee. So I haven't been getting it wet at all. But by day 7, I said, you know what, let me take off the bandages and let me see what's going on. I want to see the progress here. And here are some images of day 7. As you can see, there's a lot of swelling, bruising. It was closing up real nice, and I was happy with that. So making progress. Damn, the grass guy just got here. I don't know if you can hear him on camera, but let me wrap this up. So went to see the doctor today, and here's a little clip of that for you.
I feel like they're way more fun coming out than going in.
Oh gosh. I was afraid that it'd be too swollen. I wasn't sure how that inside ankle, because that inside ankle got pretty big.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
It's easy.
You know? What other questions you got?
Besides the bone filling in part, that was probably the biggest question.
So calcium and vitamin D and walking, that's how that bone fills in, okay? Your bone is a dynamic structure, so it responds to stress. So walk, lift weights, do all that fun stuff. Take your calcium and vitamin D, magnesium too.
Okay, and what about lifting weights? Like, when do you think that would?
Whenever you're comfortable.
Okay.
You can lift any weights that don't hurt.
Right, okay.
Wow.
Questions? That was it?
I don't have any.
I don't think so.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. I will see you back. So get back into all your normal stuff. I'll see you back in a month, and we'll just say, hey, you're good to go. Or, hey, we're still having issues, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Thanks for the support.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What I didn't get on camera is that I noticed one of the screws, the longest screw, was bent. So I asked him, you know, what happened with this? And he said that the top was stripped, so he had to go in and I guess pliers. What did he say? Anyway, he went in and he had to manually like crank it out so it bent. And yeah, that's probably why my medial ankle is a little bit more tender, I should say. But was it worth it? You know, after 11 days, only 11 days, and feeling this much better, and yes, it was worth it. Having all this out of me, it's a relief. I know that I'm gonna have better mobility, swelling's just gonna continue to go down, and I mean, look at all that. So yeah, even though I'm still in pain, I would say yes, I would totally do it again, because the reward for just a short amount of time of suffering is going to outweigh it all. So yeah, I would do it again. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments section, and I'll do my best to answer them to the best of my ability. But I am no expert, just sharing my experience here, and I wish you well with whatever you decide to do. Thanks for watching, and take care.